In a recent article from Mac Rumors, Apple has accidentally leaked some of their upcoming devices, features, and specs based on some code that was found within one of their recent software updates. So this gives us a hint and helps confirm some of these devices that we are going to see. We will see updates to the Apple TV, iPad Mini, Apple Watch, and some other devices. Now, if you enjoy this kind of video, please give this video a like so I know about it. And if you want to keep up with these devices when they actually come out, make sure to subscribe. I will be doing videos on them. Now, let's dive in. In the article on Mac Rumors, titled Every Apple Secret That Leaked Wednesday, they found code within the different software that links to numerous unannounced products. And here's a whole list of them. We'll talk through each of them and what's expected with them. First is the updated HomePod Mini, which I did make a video on the HomePod Mini and the Apple TV. This looks like there's not a big change going on with it. According to this article, they did find identifiers for a different chip, and the chip is either going to be the S9, S10, or S11 chip. So basically the chip that you would find in the Apple Watch Series 9, Series 10, or the upcoming Series 11. Currently, they're using an S5 chip in it, and that S5 chip is basically from the Apple Watch Series 5. So from a performance standpoint, there wouldn't be a lot of difference with this chip upgrade. The big thing that changed with the newer chips is that some of the things you can do on an Apple Watch with Siri can be handled locally. So it doesn't need to go to the Apple Watch for everything. So it might open up possibilities of more on-device stuff happening. So not having, so might make it a little more powerful there. It's also expected to get Apple's new Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, their Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip, which they're making in-house now, and possibly an ultra-wideband upgrade chip so that it would identify like when you bring your phone closer and stuff. So I don't know how much a difference that's going to make, but that's coming out. The Apple TV is supposed to get a processor upgrade, and according to the article, it will be getting the A17 Pro chip. And now the thing with the A17 Pro chip is it will be able to handle better gaming. That's one of those things, gaming on the Apple TV. I feel like Apple's gaming lineup is kind of weak. They do have some AAA titles that are available now that you could play on the iPhones, but most of those titles, like here's a little breakdown of them: Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil, some of these games here, none of them are really that are games that I'm interested in personally, and they're just not games you really hear about a lot in the gaming world. So the upcoming Apple TV with an A17 Pro chip could handle those same type of games, but that doesn't do much if they're not the games people are playing. Like, I like Call of Duty, and I doubt we're going to see Call of Duty on that. Now, one of the benefits of having that updated chip would be that you would have on-device Apple Intelligence when that finally gets situated, but who knows when we'll see that. You can see in this picture they have a camera on there. I seriously doubt that'll happen. One of the best arguments I've heard against having a camera on the Apple TV is that people place these things in all different places. So some people put them on mounts behind their TV. Some of them put them on entertainment centers, on shelves. A lot of places where a camera wouldn't work out very well. So I wouldn't count on that happening. Now, the HomePod with a screen. This was some concept that was thrown out there. But apparently it is being delayed, along with the large language model Siri, until like mid-2026. According to Mark Gurman with Bloomberg, who had previously said that the HomePod with a screen would be coming this year, but has recently said it'd be delayed to beginning of next year, is now saying that it will come in mid next year. Now, the thing I thought was interesting with this article is the hub, which is codenamed J490, will run an operating system codenamed Charismatic. Charismatic is different from iOS, macOS, and tvOS. So that should be the rumored HomeOS that has been talked about. Apparently, it's designed to be used by multiple members of a household. The interface centers on clock faces and widgets for Apple apps, and it could have a Siri virtual interface that gives Siri a more personalized look. Apple is said to be testing a look for Siri that resembles the Mac Finder icon. That right there, the multi-user experience is where a HomePod with a screen can be totally different than having an iPad. I've had some people say that what good is a HomePod with a screen? You could just get an iPad instead. Well, an iPad is not good for multiple people in a house. It's fine if you all want to share the same apps, but if you want to interact with it and have personalized information, an iPad's not good for more than one person. So the idea of having a HomePod that is meant for multiple users, and if it uses the camera to identify who's speaking to it, plus with voice recognition, you can then see your calendar on there. Or it has to play your music and it's going to be your music, or respond to a message, or FaceTime someone and it knows your contacts and stuff. So there's a lot of benefits I see. It's no different than people buying an Echo Show versus a regular Echo. You know, it's easy to say that's just a Fire tablet on with a speaker, but even a Fire tablet is meant for one person really at a time. So yeah, I really would love to see it. So apparently Apple is working on developing a ring-like home security. Let me start that sentence over. Apple is developing a ring-light home security camera. Ring-light? Yeah. A ring-like home security camera. Now, this camera will feature a battery that could last for several months to a year. In addition, being useful for security, it'll be able to detect people and sense motion for home automation. Now, according to Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, the device has facial recognition and infrared sensors to determine who is in a room. Apple believes users will place cameras throughout the home to help with automations. That could mean turning lights off when someone leaves a room, or automatically playing music liked by a particular family member. So yeah, a fancy presence sensor or motion sensor that will cost you $300. Apparently, they're also working on a doorbell, which personally, I would love this. I would love to have a doorbell and cameras within Apple Home. Just a segue, video that I have coming out, and it will be out tomorrow, is reasons why I think Apple Home is better. And one of the big reasons is Apple HomeKit Secure Video, and being able to have my camera recordings just go to my iCloud account, and to have everything handled locally. You know, to have nothing from my cameras go to a third-party service. So that right there, to me, has a lot of values. Whatever this cost, I would like to have Apple cameras in my house or an Apple doorbell, because I'm already trusting Apple with my information for my computers, phone, and everything else. So just to integrate the smart home deeper into it would be great. But let me know, what do you guys think about that? Would you be interested in getting cameras from Apple? So let us know. This is one I thought was interesting. Apple's working on new studio display. The idea is it's a mini LED, so it'd be similar to the MacBook Pros. You get better black out of it because they could turn off different zones in the backlighting. But what's really weird about this, there were rumors of a chip upgrade in this. I don't think this article is saying this. Basically, they're going to be putting one of the top of the line, one of their higher end processors that's capable of handling Apple Intelligence within this monitor. Now, why would Apple do that? You know, is there a chance that they're going to try to run Apple Intelligence independently on the monitor? You know, it made me wonder, it's like, is the new studio display going to possibly be like a smart home hub in a way, or it can work independently where if your computer's not plugged in, you can still ask for something on it? Yeah, it just seemed kind of weird that, you know, is there going to be a new dashboard coming out or interface that's going to be used with the new studio display? Another update we'll see this year is the M5 chip coming to the iPad Pros. This is the second time this has happened. Last time with the M4 chip, it first showed up on the iPad Pro before it came to any MacBook Air or Pro. There are rumors that any new MacBook Pros will be coming out at the beginning of next year instead of their usual fall update that we typically see. So if you are in the market for a MacBook Pro, you're going to have to wait till next year, which I'm one of those people. I want to do the update. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait. But I might jump in and get one of the M5 iPad Pros. It's been a while since I've updated mine. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you looking at getting a more powerful iPad Pro? Let us know in the comment section. Now, we do have an update for Apple Watch users. If you own an Apple Watch Series 8 or older, or the Apple Watch Ultra 1, you have access to the blood oxygen sensor. With the Apple Watch Series 9, 10, and the Ultra 2, that blood oxygen sensor went away because of a patent issue with a company called Massimo. Apple has now found a workaround with the blood oxygen sensor so that the Series 9, 10, and Ultra 2 will now have the blood oxygen sensor again, along with the upcoming Series 11 and Ultra 3. The way this update works is that Apple has kind of had to work around the way they were doing it before. And instead of the blood oxygen sensor showing up, the reading showing up on the Apple Watch, that data will instead be displayed on the iPhone. But it does bring back that capability that was removed in late 2023. If you were on the fence about upgrading to the new Series 11 or the Ultra 3 because of the lack of the blood oxygen sensor, now you will have that capability back. Now, one of the things leaked when it comes to the Apple Watch is that there will be a new Series 11 chip on it, but we shouldn't expect any big upgrades to speed. And the reason why is this Series 11 chip is based on the same architecture that was used for the Series 9 and Series 10. And neither of those really brought a big improvement in performance to the Apple Watch. The biggest difference in the Series 9 and 10 versus some of the older Apple Watches is that there was more things that could happen on the Apple Watch when it came to Siri. Like when you wanted to start a workout, that processing with Siri could be handled locally on the watch. It didn't need to talk to the phone to then activate the app for you. So that'll just carry on, but we shouldn't expect any big differences beyond that. So that's a look at some of the devices that have been confirmed and updates we'll see because of the code that was found within the software. What are your thoughts on this? Are there any updates that you are looking forward to in particular? Let us know in the comment section. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, check out future videos. If you can, give this one a like. It definitely helps the channel out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.